following is a presentation of Foosball Radio. It's FoosTalk Live.
You talking to me?
Compelling and lively banter.
Are you going to talk to us?
Talking foosball.
Foosball was how I measured my value as a man. You took that away.
Players and fans, promoters and pros. Unedited and raw.
Talk.
Living in the moment.
We have a lot of important things to talk about.
All while practicing social distancing.
Cool, we'll talk. No big whoop.
Let's get this thing started. FoosTalk Live. Hi, this is Tom Robinson, and I want to personally thank our Patreon pillars for their support of Foosball Radio and FoosTalk Live. Here's to our newest Patreon, Larry Davis, Greg Taylor, David Goodwin, Dan Packer, Brad Lorene of Rodlock.com. Thanks to Randy Raposo, Thomas Dyke, Mike Veit, Rob Cutler, Ernie Bischoff, James Sparky Castillo, Carl Fleischer, Jay Teal, Brian Schmid, Cameron Burrows, Jimmy Love, Dwayne Stewart, Judy Schober, Reed Rector, and our friends from the 716 Buffalo Foosball Club. Thank you. Your support brings continued and expanding content from Foosball Radio as we cover the greatest sport on earth. Visit patreon.com/Foosball Radio to find out how to become a Foosball Radio Patreon. FoosTalk Live is brought to you by Original Leonhardt. The Leonhardt Tournament Model is the most popular foosball table at the ITSF World Cup. Designed and handcrafted in Germany, order online and have it delivered to your door. Visit www.original-leonhardt-usa.com and use promo code FoosTalk to save 10% off your purchase price. And we are live on FoosTalk Live. Hey, it's the day after the 4th of July. Happy 4th. I know it's a day late, but hey, nonetheless, I hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. I'm Tom Robinson. It's episode number 305. And man, we've got a great one for tonight. There's no doubt about that. We're still reeling from last weekend's big tournament. It was the 2026 World Foosball Tour National Championships and North American Cup. And man, we had a blast. It was so much fun. Really good venue, really great location. And of course, as has been happening now for the last year and a half, Ryan Moore and company, they have really stepped up their game, pardon the pun. And it was just phenomenal, just a great time. So glad we had a chance to be there and to observe the incredible competition that took place. So nonetheless, it's always great to talk about foosball, but if you're going to talk about foosball, you better have somebody who loves the game and can win, which would be Chase Pennell. Or Chase Pennell, sorry. I've been practicing your name, Chase Pennell. I keep saying it again and again so I can, kind of get that down, and yet it slips out. What can I tell you?
The more I say this to everybody, the more redneck you can say it, the more right you actually are. So it's like, hey, Pennell. That's like the most accurate that you can get. That
does it. Okay. All right. Well, Chase Pennell. Pennell?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'll take that all day.
Yeah. Okay. And here's the amazing thing that you convinced your partner to come on the show tonight from Pro Doubles. I'm not sure how much did you have to pay him to come on the show tonight. I'm just wondering.
My half. I had to pay my half.
Your half of the winnings.
Well, I still haven't received it, Tom.
I see.
Oh,
Waiting. It's in the mail.
Sent. I don't.
United States Postal Service is a little slow, Sean.
I get.
So from the Carolinas, you're from North or South Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Great state of North Carolina. It's Sean Greene. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Thank you, man. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and you relocated to New York City, I see, tonight.
Well, you're right.
Up.
Well, we've already argued if it's New York or Chicago, and it's whatever AI put there. So
it's a beautiful skyline, nonetheless. The sun is setting. So, guys, just quick question: do you guys have a great 4th of July?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Was
Took
it
the kids to see some fireworks? Hung out. It was
nice?
Great. A little
Nice.
pool time.
And we actually went. My wife and I went to the McCall's house, and we had a low down country boil.
Nice. Very
It
cool.
was Great time.
So explain for those of us who are dwelling in a different part of the country, what is a country boil?
It's basically crab legs,
Oh,
shrimp, sausage, potatoes, and a bunch of other things that's thrown out on a table, and you grab what you want.
nice. Oh, well,
For lack
that sounds amazing.
this dog.
They're
I'm sorry.
delicious. Just to be clear, they're
Oh,
super
and would
delicious.
you like to introduce your co-host tonight,
Uh,
Sean?
this is this is my lap dog Dexter.
Hey, Dexter.
Uh, he's he's special.
Yeah, he definitely is in love. There's no question about that.
It's my buddy.
His head is bigger than yours.
I'm
Wow,
well aware. He's large. He's like, all bullshit aside, he's bigger than my wife. So
no doubt. Now,
go lay down, dude.
how does he react to fireworks?
He doesn't have any care in the world about him.
Nice. Okay, good to know.
Not a care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's the northeastern part of the country. There was lots going on here. There was a lot of fireworks displays in our area. But something, my wife and I are to the point of, whatever. So we had a nice barbecue, and just kind of chilled. Just kind of relaxed. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
There
you know what?
sometimes no plans are the best plans.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Tell your wife that.
Yeah. Oh, she had plans. Oh, she dragged me out of bed this morning. She wanted to go out and play pickleball. So I'm like, all right, I'll get up. Dang it. But
Pickleball is the orthopedist dream.
right? No kidding. And she took me what 3 out of 5. So
Mm.
yeah, just
Got
Len
whooped.
basted me 3 out of 5. So I have to admit that I'm just not a very faithful pickleball player. What can I tell you?
I get that. I made that mistake once time. Actually, on my wife and I's first date, we played ladder ball, and I let her win.
Oh.
And and then she found out that I let her win, and now she'll never play it again with me. And she even had shirts made that says like ladder ball champion in the year that it was, and she will not play me again. So she's, she's kind of
Serves
a
you
jerk face.
serves you right. I mean, come on. You know. I mean, I
Hey,
really tried. I'm telling you guys, I really tried, and it just wasn't in the cards. So,
yeah, I get that. But what she doesn't realize is that really in the end, I'm the one that won.
ah,
It's
ah,
true.
Very
ah.
true.
It worked. The bottom
Yeah,
line
what?
is it worked.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
I got to ask you both this question because you walked away with the pro doubles title, and Sean, you get the single, the pro singles title. What was the treatment when you walked through the door? Was there fanfare? Was there welcome home? And like were there friends and
Okay,
family there to welcome you back?
well, a couple things. Let me. Chase is already dying right now. Because listen, let me tell you. First off, all of our local people been fantastic. They reached out immediately after the match. We have a tournament in Charlotte on Friday nights, and apparently
Nice,
they were watching the tournament when I won pro singles. So I got immediate just a plethora of texts, congratulations, which is awesome.
cool.
'Cause I love all my local guys, and on the way driving home, we were actually on the phone with my wife, and Chase is like, "Look," telling my wife, said, "When he gets home, you need to bow."
Oh,
And listen, it took her. I love this woman with every bit of my heart. And then, so she did not do that obviously when I came home. I mean, she was
hmm,
very happy for me, and she knows that it was, a big deal, at least to me.
right.
Um, and she was very, very congratulatory. And then a couple days later, she decided to put on all this like training equipment and all this stuff. And then she bowed. And I took a picture of it, so I have proof.
You
But
got to have
it
evidence. That's it.
it was just, I think she did it out of pure spite, to be honest.
I
So
love it. Oh,
yeah.
if it wasn't for the wives in our lives, would we be doing this, right? Would
No,
we be able to
I'd
get
be
away with
dead.
it?
I'd
I
be a
would
degenerate.
I would 100% be dead.
Yeah,
So
right.
there's that.
No, I hear you. I hear
Oh
that.
yeah, you
Yeah.
would be.
Chase,
Like literally.
how about
No,
yourself?
he'd actually be dead.
Oh, ooh. Chase, how about you? What happened to you when you walked through the door?
So actually, my boys came out. Well, that's not 100. One of my boys came out and was like congratulatory. The other two didn't know.
Didn't know?
So didn't know. So we went out to the back patio. Actually, Sean was there. We went out to my back patio by the pool. The kids were in the pool when we pulled in,
Mm-hmm.
and we told them that we did this, like that we won, and the kids are like, "Nah."
Well, yeah, at first they were like, "No way," and then they said, "Did you win money?" And Chase said, "Yeah." He said, "Can we have $100?"
Yeah.
Ooh,
They
ooh.
didn't drop it for like a solid 10 minutes either. They're like, no, give us $100. You should give us $100 for sure.
Well, why wouldn't you?
So,
Taught them well, I guess.
they're a
Take
trip.
handouts. But no, my wife was really happy for me too. Like she
Okay.
knew it was a big deal.
Okay.
Sean and I have been making this running joke. Like, so let's preface this. Sean, myself, my wife, and his wife all are in a group chat, like on our phones.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's
and
absolutely hilarious.
I can imagine.
I will say Chase has quickly learned not to try to have a wit battle with my wife.
Uh-oh.
No, you
Listen,
don't do it.
'cause she will beat you senseless.
She's quick and sharp.
To the point.
Very much so.
Very pointed. And you know what? Sean knows I love Michelle, so I finally got to meet her at tour kickoff, and she's awesome.
Oh, nice. Very good.
But
Yeah.
we keep making like this joke, like, well, we're the national champions. Like, so we like text that back and
There's
forth in the
that.
group chat, like messing with our wives. Though it's like an inside joke to our wives at this point now, where like we kind of tease and have fun with it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
hope
agree.
I would hope they wouldn't let you get away with it. Plain and simple.
No,
No,
him and I get away
Good
with
Lord.
nothing.
No. So Sean, it's customary that when a player first appears on FoosTalk Live, Foosball Radio, it's very important we get those basic questions out of the way. So okay, let's do it. So when was the first time you saw a foosball table? How old were you, and what kind of table was it?
All right. So the first time I ever saw a foosball table, I was probably 8 years old on roller skates at Skate Haven in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Skate Haven.
It was a Rene Pierre table back in the day.
Now this is what year?
Now, Tom, we don't talk about age. Let's see. That was 40 years ago.
40.
40 years ago.
And you were okay.
Yeah.
So you're 8. Okay, I that's believable. Okay.
It's been a minute. And then I didn't see really. I mean, we played while we were there, and we thought we knew what we were doing.
Yep.
Obviously, that perspective has changed substantially at this point. But then then after schooling and all that, when I was in my 20s, I was at a bar with a friend of mine, and Charles McIntosh walked in to service the table that they had there.
Oh.
They had tornado table, and Charlie and I kind of struck up a conversation. And he was changing the balls out and doing all that, and he asked if I wanted to play. And me thinking, oh, I know how to play this.
Sure.
I was like, sure. So he beat me about 10 games in a row, and I don't think I ever scored a point.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if Chase has told you, I hate losing way more than I like winning.
Uh-huh.
And so he, after all this, he told me about a weekly tournament that they have in Greensboro, which was about 15, 20 minutes from my house. And at this tournament were amazing players. I'm talking, you had Rick Macias, Charlie McIntosh, Jason Boone, the McCalls, Larry Sproul, Leo Canoy. I mean, I could go on. I mean,
Wow.
we had a fantastic base. And most of them were high amateurs, experts and above, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 2002 in September. Okay, and I'll try to make this short story longer or long story short.
No, it's fascinating.
So that was 2002 in September, and the North Carolina State Tournament is in November every year.
Yep.
Thanksgiving weekend. And so in 2002, I went to my first North Carolina State Tournament and went out 2 straight in every event I played in, except for the two DYPs. And in one DYP, I drew Mike Yor, who used to tour with Billy. It's Tom's brother.
Oh yeah, sure.
And in the other DYP, I drew Bruce Nardosi.
Huh. Okay.
And so they were both fantastic, both very easy to play with. They didn't get down on me,
Mhm.
Both took some time to show me some things. And I still see Mike, at tour events now, and I give him a bunch of shit about it.
Of course.
But you know, and then that was in 2002, and then in 2003, the very next year, I won beginner doubles, beginner singles, rookie singles. I think I won 4 events
Oh, in
the
one
next,
tournament.
right.
Wow.
But that was, again, it was the lower rated events like beginner doubles and beginner
Oh,
singles. But
sure.
to me, that was, quite an accomplishment. That was my goal, was to just not go out too straight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that was kind of the start of it all,
So
honestly.
your competitive spirit really kicked in early.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, I've always been a very competitive person. I competed nationally in gymnastics. I did a bunch of other things, and
Oh, no kidding.
was it's stuck in there, and I can't get out.
Yeah.
You
It seems to be a common thing, as you mentioned earlier. You hate losing more than you like winning.
Very much so.
Yeah. That I think that sums it up. I think Chase can also reflect that too. I've noticed that about you, Chase. That is
Maybe a little.
abhorrent.
Well, he should have held on to that when he was playing Callum.
Got deep. Hey, I got my revenge.
Too soon. Sorry.
Too soon. Could
Now,
have been you and me in the final.
That's true.
now is this pairing, you two working together the way you did in this tournament? Was this the first time you'd actually teamed up?
For pro.
So, for pro, yes.
Okay.
Okay, a little bit of a backstory. We decided we were going to play pro or no, was that before TKO? It was before TKO,
It was before
right?
TKO.
Okay, so we decided we were going to play open doubles at TKO. And so there was a small tournament in Knoxville. Right? And so we're like, okay, I'll come up. It was a bring your partner. And Chase and I literally got our butts handed to us.
No
And
kidding.
honestly, listen,
Dude.
it was nothing. The other guys just absolutely played stellar.
Oh, sure.
Thomas Dyke, for instance, just incredible play that day. And, it was really a blessing, because
It was
we
the
went
best thing that could have happened to us.
We
Okay.
really went out 2 straight. I'll be wholly apparent here, and we went out 2 straight. We went back to Chase's house, and we said, okay, we've got to figure out something that we can be on the same page, because I don't think it was the lack of ability on the table. I
Right.
think it was the unsurety of the expectations of each other at the time of play.
Mm.
Okay. So when I was looking for something, he was looking at something different, and it just didn't align.
Right.
Right.
Click.
So it didn't click. So we went back to Chase's house and devised a plan. I'll just leave it at that, to
Mhm.
where we could be on the same page. And ever since that, it's been a wholly different game.
So it really comes down to the communication between the two of you,
Very much
and
so.
Oh,
establishing
big time.
if X happens, then Y has to occur, and if Y
Yes.
happens, then Z has to occur, and so
Something
on
like
and so
that.
forth.
To an
Okay.
extent. Right,
Yeah.
to an
Something like
extent. I mean, if you're not, one thing I will say, especially in the higher ranks, if the two players are not a cohesive unit, and I will say, there's only one, like Chase and I work really well together. Jason McCall is, I love playing with Jason, because I don't have to worry about him. He doesn't worry about me. We know
Mhm.
what to expect. He is just, I love playing with him, and
Right.
that's just he's the other guy I play with, and I have a lot of respect for both of their games, and it's just, they are different in their own ways, and they both have strengths and weaknesses apart from each other. But as long as we can communicate correctly,
Mhm.
then it all works,
Now, both of you have a pretty mean forward game. So, what was it? Just a decision beforehand that Chase, you were gonna play the pit? I mean,
Well,
what happened there?
that's really simple. Have you seen his 2 bar?
Yes, I have a few times. In
Okay,
fact, he was showing me
so
some stuff. Yeah. Hmm.
so I would say this. I think defensively, we have very different styles of play defensively.
Hmm.
Um, and his 2 bar is 1,000 times better than mine will ever be. And
Okay.
I'm totally okay with that, right? But in the forward position, I feel like my 5 bar is a little more diverse
Mm-hmm.
and has a little. I make adjustments a little faster on the 5, and so that kind of lends itself to why not have the firepower in the back and be able to adjust in the front.
Right.
And that's really what it boiled down to. So we decided that was what we were going with, and we did make some switches during the tournament at pretty key times,
Mm.
just to give the other team something to adjust to.
Got it.
There,
Well,
for a prime example, there was a match. I'm not going to say who it was against, but I wasn't blocking to save my life. To be honest, I was getting lit up, and Sean. It was early in the match, and Sean's like, "Let's switch real quick," and I stayed up front for a couple balls, scored a couple balls,
mm-hmm.
and Sean was really confident on blocking this guy and got some really key blocks. And I was watching his D, and we took a timeout, or maybe it was in between games or something, and I turned to him, I'm like, "I've got it now. I see what you're doing to him."
Yeah.
We switch back. The dude scores like one more.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were down 3-0 in that game.
Ooh.
And that's when I said, okay, we've got to change this up because, it was just the style of how the guy was shooting and stuff. And I was like, Chase, he won't score anymore. And then
okay.
He literally said that to me.
Yeah, we came back and won that game 5-3. And then we switched back, and it was kind of, Chase had saw what I was doing.
Yep.
And I was kind of the adjustments really makes all the difference in the world.
Got it.
Even when we were playing Sully and Isabel,
Those
chicks
are so good.
They are ruthless.
They are.
They are so good. They are a cohesive unit, and I give all the credit in the world to them. They are phenomenal players.
Yeah,
and
it was a really interesting match to watch, I gotta say. And I kept thinking to myself, how do you guys do this? Because Sullivan is going to get a certain percentage. She's going to do it. Doesn't matter what you guys do. She's going to score a certain percentage. What was the conversation like when you felt like, hey, this may slip out of our grasp here for a second? What was the conversation like in your timeouts?
That conversation was.
Okay, well, I got to be honest. I don't think there was ever that, look of it as this is slipping away. I felt
that's true.
The discussions that we had were like more of, we're in this, let's make this adjustment to give us a little better, I don't want to say advantage, but if we make this adjustment, it'll kind of give us a little more time.
Right.
And so it wasn't like, I don't think we ever felt we were, in trouble in the match. But I felt like, we had to make adjustments to keep it tight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 100% right.
No, it just seemed like, especially as it got further and further closer to the end, Sean, you seemed to step on the gas when it came to your 3-row.
So I told Chase actually about halfway through the second game, I picked up on something. I can't really say what it is because it's part of the plan.
Yeah.
No, I did pick up on something, and I kind of just stayed on that, and I felt like until they make the adjustment, I'm not going to readjust.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And I think, I don't know what the percentages were, but I shot a pretty high percentage from the middle of the second game throughout the match. And I told Chase, just get me the ball. I just want the ball.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, Sully does not let anybody pass.
No,
she doesn't.
They were coming back at Chase faster than he was sending them. And so at one point I was like, well, Chase, looks like we're not passing, bud.
Yeah. So a part of our game is pass heavy early on, especially. Right. I mean, that's not that's a known fact. That's not some secret that is going to be leaked out. But you have to respect my 2-rod at the same time.
Oh, of course.
So if you don't let us pass, something else is going to open up.
Right.
And in that match, those girls were all over our passes. They clearly had watched matches of us playing earlier. They knew what we were kind of looking for to some degree, because they didn't want that to happen. Like, that was apparent in the first game.
Yeah.
And about halfway through the second game, there was a timeout called. Sean kind of was like, "Hey, I see this. Do you see this too?" I'm like, "Definitely." And then he's just like, "Dude, don't pass anymore. Just let it rip." I'm like,
okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
trust in yourself, and if it comes off their men, I'll take it off their men. I mean, it's just, but I will say we expected, because Chase hits the ball pretty damn hard, and throughout the tournament, most of the people that got a man on his shots, I could reel it in on the three. Isabel, I don't think she let one single ball come back to my three.
It was one, and it was in the third game.
Huh.
One ball.
Well, I appreciate that one, but
Yeah.
I know, but every other one, dude, she kept.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They play so good, dude.
Oh, I mean, think about the scene that they have, and I mean, they cleaned up again when it came to the National Cup. For Louisiana again taking the cup this year. What a solid group of players. Just
they're amazing.
I will tell you, it was really funny actually when we finished that pro doubles match. Munoz walks over and he says, "Congratulations, guys, on winning open women's doubles."
Oh,
It was mean.
It was well played. All you can do is thanks, man. It was well played.
It was. It was funny. I laughed pretty hard about that.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing that strikes me the most recently is that there are women, Sullivan, Isabel, Hannah. I mean, these individuals are as equal to their male counterparts as any women ever. They're a threat in the open. Plain and simple, right? They're knocking on the door like any good pro foosball player should be, and I do believe there's going to be a very in the near future here we're going to see some major movement from all of them.
I agree.
Whether it be singles or doubles.
Hannah's
going to be a pro master. Yeah, Hannah's going to be a male pro master in doubles by the end of the year. Or at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And it's well deserved. I mean,
yeah,
she's not only is she intelligent, she's a good person, and she's a beast.
Oh,
yeah, she
unbelievable. So and her husband Bracklin, since I've seen him play, I mean, he's come a long way in a very short period of time. He's definitely playing at an expert or low pro rate at this stage of his game.
For sure.
So
I just met him actually at nationals, and
I
went and introduced, because I've known Hannah since she was first started coming out,
right?
And I've always thought a lot of her, and that whole little family, and her mom's phenomenal. I mean, just a good group of people. And so I went and introduced myself to Bracklin because I hadn't met him, but he seems like a really nice guy.
Oh, really? Really nice guy.
Very competitive dude too. Super competitive dude. And I appreciate that.
The displeasure of facing him a few times now on the table. Just saying.
I haven't had to play him in a couple years, I don't think.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it was, I think TKO, I played against him in expert doubles, and we were doing well up until that point. So suddenly things came to a screeching halt.
He rips the ball.
Oh,
I will tell you, it is amazing how much your local scene and the people that you play regularly affect your game.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's incredible. It really is.
It's I think, especially when it comes to the camaraderie. I mean, obviously Louisiana, they have the most they have the deepest squad, but they also support each other so well.
I agree.
Oh, big time.
Oh yeah.
We felt it.
We felt it for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that final, I mean, they were on both sides of the stands. Like they were in the stands themselves. They were at the seats. Like you could feel it on the table. Like we felt like the villains.
Yeah.
Like we knew that early on that we felt like the villains in that match. Like we had like 3 people rooting for us in the stands.
Interesting.
Kudos to those guys.
Yeah, kudos to you guys. We appreciate you.
Right. But does that make you guys play harder?
I don't think it changes my game
change anything.
in any way, because I try to play each ball as its own ball, right? And so, external forces, and I don't know if that's just from gymnastics and being judged so tightly, for lack of a better term, you kind of learn to get past the external influences.
Right.
Right. And you have to focus just on what you're doing at that moment, and nothing else matters. So I don't think it didn't affect me in any way, honestly, because I expected them to root for their people.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So yeah,
That's a
I don't
given.
think it had anything.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
given.
Yeah.
Real quick question for you both when it comes to the National Cup. You know, we fielded a team from New York State. There was 18 states represented during that competition on Thursday, and it just seemed like there was some glaring omissions. Florida, California, and Colorado.
Right.
No show.
Yep.
Like,
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with when it was scheduled.
Yep.
got it.
It was super early in the weekend.
We didn't get there on time.
We didn't get there in time either.
Right. Right.
So I think that had a lot to do with it, because generally, the higher ranked events are kind of staggered later.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and, a lot of times in, Kentucky, for instance, I wouldn't come till they'd start Wednesday and I'd come Friday,
Yeah.
and so there's, a lot to be said for that. And when it's that early, you don't want to go to play in that and then have to wait a day and a half to play an event.
Correct. Yeah, I got
So
you.
I think it was more scheduling than anything.
Yeah. I Now supposedly this is going to be the last year for the National Cup competition. And next year at this time for nationals, it will be the United Foosball League Championship.
Right.
Yep.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
So that'll
Which is
be
going
a
to be really cool, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, no question.
I
And
sat in on that meeting. That was really cool.
so what are your impressions overall? What did you take away from that meeting?
Um, and here's the thing. The bottom line from what I heard from Ryan is, we want you guys to do what you want to do at your locals. We're going to offer this over
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
If you want to use this, great. But here's going to be the software. Here's going to be the information you can just rock out at your locals, so that everybody can use the same software, be on the same system, which is, I think, a great idea, because it's going to get a lot of these players that aren't in the system
Mhm.
in the system, and they'll get their rating started, all that kind of stuff. But will everybody use the league format? I don't know. I think there's going to be some yeses, some nos from
Mhm.
people. Like Knoxville, I think it's going to be difficult to run a league.
Okay.
The reason for that is we have 2 pros, 1 expert, and everybody else is amateur and below. And we have mostly beginners for the
Right.
most part. Like,
Okay.
that is the majority of our field. Now, given it's going to be a handicap system,
Mhm.
so it does give them quite a benefit, but I don't think they're going to want to pay to play each week. Our weekly is free to come.
Oh.
It's come in, hang out.
Huh.
It's foosball all night. We play a monster. There's really no payout or anything, but it's
Mhm.
foosball all night, and it gets anybody that wants to come in and play to come in and play.
Right.
Which is the whole point of our locals and stuff, is we want to get the new players. We want to build a base. We want to build up to have more and more players. So for us, I think it's going to be tricky. I think what we'll have to do is probably run our normal local and then have a match over on table, whatever.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I think only a select amount of people want to do that, but I'm fine with that. I think that'll be okay. So
my only issue, and this may be something that's being addressed or has already been addressed with the league, is in areas, for instance, like Knoxville,
Mhm.
where it's a substantial number of beginners and amateurs. If they are gaining points in the local scene without touring, it is totally different, right?
Oh yeah.
Because if they're winning and they're doing well locally, when you go to a national tour stop, for instance, or a larger tournament, the competition is substantially better.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah,
that's not to say anything against Knoxville in any way, but you get accustomed to playing these same people and you learn
yeah.
their
Mhm.
preferences, you learn what they like to do. And so when you go to play other amateurs that may have the same number of points, it just may be a little bit of an uneven playing field, is all I'm saying.
Right. Right.
So that's my concern with it.
Yeah, I think one of the things, the message that Ryan was also trying to get across was he wanted to encourage the locals to do more for beginners, like a
Yep.
beginner night, which I think is a great concept. I think in our situation in upstate New York, we have a core of 12 to 14 pretty steady players, and most of them are probably amateur or better. We have some experts. We have a couple pros, and of course, we have three pro masters. But the idea of getting more beginners. Now, somebody would have to be available for another night. So right now, Fridays are our main night, but we do Mondays for pickups. But it would have to be another night when the pros and everybody else is not involved. So not sure how that would work. But
Yeah,
There,
and I get that.
yeah, there's
It's
a conversation to just have it on a separate table.
yeah.
Same night, separate table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that I think that probably makes more sense than anything
Right.
Yeah.
that I've heard.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
It really boils down to having enough people to do it and make it sustainable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sustainability in any sport, right? I think we're especially when it comes to the idea of a group of people getting together at all levels, and somebody inevitably is going to get their ass kicked on a regular basis, and
Yeah.
you know they may not like that, and they may not show up again.
Right.
So,
And it boils down to your personality, right?
yep.
Like for me, I hate losing. Some
Mm-hmm.
people, excuse me, let me make that stop. I'm watching the World Cup. Sorry, guys.
Ah,
And
ah.
so there is that. Yeah, I think that there are two different types of people in this world. There are people that take a loss as a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and there are people who take a loss and say, "Well, that sucked. I'm not doing it again."
Right,
You know?
right, right, right,
And
right.
to become, especially in foosball, where the skill gap is such a large area
Oh,
from beginner to master, like the skill gap is humongous,
yeah,
right? And you have to be devoted and almost to the point of obsessed to really grow in the sport, you know?
right,
Uh,
right, right, right.
Sport game, whatever you want to call it, I'm not on either of those fences, but it's something that you really have to dedicate a lot of time to.
Oh, it's
And
well,
yeah,
case in point. I mean, you've got Foosball Clubs USA. They're spending their entire month of July hanging out in New York City, and
well, I tell you,
you know,
Michael Stahl is like just one of the best dudes ever,
He's a
yeah,
right?
stud.
He's a
yeah,
stud. He's just a great guy. He actually texted me um after seeing, I think after both actually, but you know, if there's one person that I would pick to be an ambassador for the sport,
that's the
it's
guy.
Michael Stahl.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
it's Michael Stahl, Sullivan Rue, Isabel Stelly,
Mm-hmm.
Terry Rue.
Oh, Terry
I
would be a
could
good one.
go
Yeah.
on, Jacob Balkos. There's a few that I think are just kind of on a different level as far as the ability to get people to see the game.
Right, 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 right.
And once people see the game as not a bar game,
Mm-hmm.
it changes everybody's perspective.
Oh, it's a competitive sport. It is a sport, and we could nobody's going to change my mind about that. It takes a lot of training and fortitude, and you have to
Oh
have
yeah.
that. You have to have the killer instinct to really do well in this sport, which
Yeah.
most people don't have.
You know, I, and it's really funny. So locally, um, oh please, another goal scored.
What was the score?
Um,
What's and who's
it's
playing, by the way?
Mexico and England, and Callum, I'm sure, is jumping up and down because England scored their second goal.
Really? England
Wow.
hasn't been able to score all cup so far. Now they're scoring on Mexico.
Good on them,
Yeah.
But honestly, I lost full train of thought there. But you know, where were we?
We were
Help me
talking
out.
about the idea that getting people to understand this is a sport like European football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, the
Sure.
World Cup. To get to where those people are right now playing World Cup, you want to do the equivalent in foosball. It's just as hard, just
He-
as difficult.
It's very much so. I love the game, and when I took about 12 years off
You
of
did.
playing tour, and I was focusing on golf and family stuff, and all those things that needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I missed the most were the people.
Yes.
Because you really do end up with a family, like this huge extended family
Mm-hmm.
that you look forward to seeing. Like, I was so excited to see Shane Darby. I haven't seen that dude in so long. I just ran up and hugged his neck because we spent a lot of time together, back early 2000s,
Jeez,
and
man, tons of
Right.
it.
Yeah.
oh goodness, and you just Shane and I talked for a while, and a lot has happened, in that time. So it's just good to see the people that you haven't seen in so long.
Oh, sure. No, it's that has become very, very apparent in the very short period of time that I've spent on the tour stops. I think this year is going to be the most I've ever gone on out on the tour stops. But you're right. Every time, you get to meet somebody new, and or see people that you haven't seen in several months, and it's like old home day, man. Let's catch up. Let's see what you've been up to. What's going on.
Great. It's
Really is.
absolutely,
Yeah.
it's really nice. It's I don't know. I don't even know really how to explain it. And
Yeah.
it's hard when people ask me, why do you play foosball? And I'm like, how do you explain that?
Why
No.
wouldn't I play foosball? Of course I play. Uh,
Right.
um, I'm very curious though, because team effort is one thing, and you guys are a great team, clearly. But Sean, you also took pro singles. So describe
think
what
I think Evan took it easy on me.
you think.
No, I mean, I don't think Evan has that in like, it, I don't know. Honestly, I was telling Chase the other day, I went back and watched that match.
Mm-hmm.
This just kind of reiterates what I was saying, how I play each ball, right? I went back and watched the match. He won the first game,
Mm-hmm.
and he was up 4-2 or 4-3 in the second game. And I never realized it.
Huh.
And which is really interesting, because I never felt that pressure of I have to do something, and I think I hit a couple pull kicks out of the back that were
Right.
big at the moment. However, I didn't realize how big,
Mm.
because I was just playing the ball on the table. And so, like I told Chase, it's like, man, I couldn't believe I went back and watched that. He was one ball away from winning, and I
Yes.
made, I think, one or two blocks, um, for the match, and I just never really felt that pressure because I wasn't looking at the score at all.
Right. Critical moments that when you pull them off, obviously it tips the scale in your direction. But the fact that
Right.
you're not aware of it necessarily, that's pretty
Not at all.
extraordinary. Wow.
Not at all. I
Huh.
knew that I knew that until the last ball goes in and the match is over, you're still in the match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
and Chase and I were down at points throughout the tournament, and I was like, dude, we're in this match. It doesn't matter. We're still here. So I think that perspective helps and lends a lot of credence to it because there's no I'm an old dog, right? I'm damn near 50, but there's still no give up in me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm never just going to roll over. So, although Michelle McCall likes to tell me that when we play matches that I feel like we should win, she tells me that I take it easy for the first half of the game until we're down, and then I start playing.
Okay.
She
That's
gives me
kind
Interesting.
of true.
she gives me a lot of flack about it.
But
She's right.
But it's
She's probably,
but is that in your chemistry though? I mean, is that what has to happen for you to step on the gas and just dominate?
I will be yeah, dominate. That's never happened. But I'll be completely honest. I don't know. All
Hmm.
I know is that she gives me shit about it.
Right.
I think for you, it's honestly, in my opinion of this, because I've seen it from goal for you, I think it's more of you're trying to find a something, right? Like the whole time, you can tell by the way he plays, is he's looking for a wrinkle. He's looking for a something that is consistently that he can read.
Mm.
And the moment he finds that, the whole match shifts.
Interesting. So it's adjusting.
Yeah, it is, but it's before he makes the adjustment. There's this like searching. It's like he's searching for something, right?
Mm.
For the first portion of a match, and once he finds what he's searching for or finds a piece of something that he's searching for, the puzzle starts coming together for him. Because
That makes sense.
yeah, to me, that's what I see back there from you. Because the second
funny,
you find it,
then it changes,
it
right?
changes.
I was explaining it to my wife earlier, and if I'm, for instance, you go through ups and downs with your shot, right?
Right.
And everybody does. Like your pull side feels great or your push side feels great, but they very seldom feel both great at the same time. Okay. For me at least, like it waxes and wanes. Okay. And so if I'm feeling really good on my push side, my first 7 or 8 shots are all going to be pull side. I don't care if you're there or not. And the reason in my mentality is I have to make them worried that I'm going over there.
Right. Okay.
So that then I can lean on what's working correctly. So like I said, I'm more of a mental player than, raw talent or physicality,
Right.
So it's weird. And I don't always do that, so I'm not telling anything that's going to make anybody, I don't really care because, it's, I shoot the ball very differently than a lot of people. Like my timing.
I did notice that.
The way I shoot is very different. And so that helps, because most people aren't used to blocking a rollover that, I can shoot both sides standing dead still. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
If I'm walking, it doesn't matter. It's really just to kind of see what's moving, what movement I'm causing when I move the ball.
It kind of reminds me of Mike Philbrook because
Well, I've played a lot with Philbrook. That's my buddy.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
His shot, and he sits on the ball. He just sits on it, and he puts
he has got more patience. Let me tell you, that dude is so patient.
But he also loads that ball with so much tension when it fires. It's
He's
incredible.
shooting the ball from like here.
Yeah.
Like we all set the rod here. He's got it like here.
Yes, exactly.
That is a fact. And he also puts absolute death on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That ball, I feel bad for the ball.
He's one of the few people that makes a different noise when they
Yes.
hit the ball.
Yeah,
he does.
Him and Billy and Rob Atha actually.
Yep.
They all just really, it's so crisp. I'll pick on Mike a little bit now. If Mike's 5-bar was 30% better, he'd be unbeatable.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree.
And that's out of love, and he knows I love him. So, medium red if you're, and sorry about your luck.
But he has one of the best 5-row shots I think I've ever seen as well.
Oh, it's gross.
Okay, so I have a story about Mike Philbrook's 5-bar shot.
Okay.
So, it was in Kentucky. This is back many years ago, and Mary was running match play singles. Okay, so in this, I had to play. Listen, I had to play Mike Philbrook in open singles in match play, and you had to win 3 out of 5 matches. So you had to win essentially 9 games.
Wow.
Okay,
it's brutal.
And so I win the first match, and then about 4 or 5 balls into the second match, he won the second match. Then we're in the third match. And 3 or 4 balls in, he's got it on his 5, and all I hear is boom. And I looked at him. I said, "Do that again."
Ooh.
So 15 more of those later, I lost the match. and no shit, Steve Bell, God love him, comes over and he moved my goalie all the way against this wall. He said, if you put it there, he won't shoot it. Thanks. You could have told me that 20 minutes ago.
Right? Oh, man.
So he absolutely obliterated my soul with that thing. I never saw any of them. I
Right.
never saw the first one.
Yeah.
I had no idea where they were going. I was so stunned that I was in awe. Honestly, I was like, do it again.
So
And
sick.
I very much so regretted telling him that.
Well, I mean, how often do you see somebody that you don't see that kind of stuff. You just don't see that kind of shot from the 5-row. It's just incredible.
I feel like I have a really good left hook.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
But his is on a completely other planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. Crazy.
He was supposed to be in the National Cup competition, but had to cancel out at the last second. And we
Yeah,
send out.
I'm sure he was playing golf instead.
Yeah, I was going to say, although I know he's had some challenges physically, but no, I do miss you, Mike. I hope you come out for the Worlds at least. That'd be cool. You know.
Yeah, they're supposed to be coming down in September, I
Okay.
think, to do the trip. So I'm pretty sure it's September. I'll have to look through the messages, but we have man, it's a great time. I just really think an awful lot of that guy.
Yeah, he really is he's one of the finer human beings we've seen in play the game.
Agreed.
So I gotta know, guys. The chemistry obviously is one thing, and of course the level of play. Who, besides the final match, who gave you guys the worst time as you were approaching the finals in nationals? Who's the toughest team you came up against?
I'm gonna leave that to Chase.
Ooh,
That's tough.
That is, I mean, we had some tough matches like throughout, but
Yeah.
I don't think there were any that we felt like we were the underdog or we were behind.
Yeah.
okay.
But there was plenty of matches that we had to make adjustments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or something big had to happen for us.
Like, I think Ack and Shane were a pretty tough match.
Right.
They were.
So like, I think they're all tough matches until they're over.
Understood.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So the two that really stand out to me are Ack and Shane and Callum and Alex. Those are the two that stand out to me the most.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, no, I mean, that's if you don't include Sully and Isabel. Because...
Yeah. If I'm not including the finals, of course.
Right. Just to get there.
Because that's a whole nother ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, the match against like Ack and Shane, that was a match of we had some early reads, and we kind of lived and died by our early reads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just kept rolling with them, and we just took our percentage and just kept running through that match with our percentage.
Nice.
I agree.
Wow.
The match against Callum and Alex was a little bit different. That was more of getting a key block or a key on the 5 or on the 3 at a big time and making a big pass at a big time. Like that was more about like one break, one something to kind of change the match.
Right. The momentum shifts. God, I can't even speak.
Yeah.
The momentum shifts in that game were very roller coasterish, and so
Yeah.
I feel like I stay normally pretty calm through matches for the most part. Now, obviously, I want to win, right? But the roller coaster in that match. I mean, and I told Chase at one point in the match, I said, "Look, you're just going to have to start blocking him because I'm not touching his 5 bar.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to start
Got
blocking."
no choice.
I mean, I'll be completely frank. Callum's 5 bar is beautiful.
Yep.
It's gross.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. It's beautiful. It's very, very smooth. I did get a little bit of a read on a couple things, which I'm not going to tell him about.
Ever.
Listen, just know that he's a bell end, and he'll know what that.
I know what that is.
So
I'll leave it there.
Yeah. God love him.
Well,
he's great.
Watching the match between, when you guys played Callum, I really, I felt like that was when there was the most doubt, at least as an observer. I didn't know who was going to win it.
Oh,
I really didn't, because he was so on fire.
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah.
I feel like Callum was struggling a little bit with his pull side, which kind of helped. I think if he was firing on all cylinders, it could have definitely been a different outcome.
Right.
But again, he's a solid player. He's a smart player. He does make adjustments when needed to be. And and he's a good guy. So
Oh,
I
Love him.
yeah.
even when I'm playing against him, I almost am kind of rooting for him, which is really dumb. You
Yeah.
know, it it's like I don't even know how else to really explain that. But it's just you have to respect every part of his game,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
you
and
do.
if you don't, he's going to absolutely just eat you alive.
Mhm. Seen it over and over again. Just
Yep.
how effective he is. And that's the other thing, the relationship between people on the table, you know, technically speaking, you want to destroy them. You want to you want to humiliate them, that's your goal. But like,
That's why we dink.
that's what you think.
That's why we dink. Hmm.
The dink.
It,
Um,
it's
but the funny thing about it is too, you can sit down with Callum afterwards and have and quaff a beer, you know,
oh
and
sure, oh sure.
it's and talk about other stuff aside from what's happening on the table. S-
Although I will say, Callum, after we played, I'm pretty sure we both heard "I hate you"
We did. We
multiple times, and it's just who he is. He's just
there was it was immediately, so I stuck a pass on Sean, and it
Mhm.
was, I think, in that moment he literally said that.
yeah. He's like, I hate you. Yeah, but that's okay because we know he hates us out of love, so it's
It
Right.
fine.
is. It's all love.
Yes, it's all love
It's
down
all
deep.
love, and we
Uh,
love Callum a lot.
Yeah, speak
yeah.
for yourself. I'm kidding.
And I understand he joined you guys in the booth a few times
Hmm.
during the tournament.
Yep.
And Chase, kudos, dude. You and Keith Galan and Callum were doing a fine job of
Thank you.
giving us the overview of what's happening. How'd you feel about
Trying.
the whole tournament?
I loved it. Personally, I thought that venue was probably my second favorite to Worlds.
Okay.
I just thought, not venue in its entirety. Like, I don't like the casino part,
Hmm.
but the room looked amazing. That giant foos guy up on the wall looked fantastic
Right.
on there. I thought
Oh
that
yeah.
looked so cool. With the American flag on the opposite end, the ability to go upstairs and look down on the
That
whole
was
thing, like,
great.
all of that was really cool. You had a really cool setup up
Hmm.
there, for the record. Like, you could see the whole
Yep.
place, like, from up there. That was really neat. Um, I felt like my commentating Thursday and Friday was pretty solid. My Saturday, was it Saturday? Saturday was eh.
Yeah.
I didn't get a lot of great
Okay.
sleep, and then Sunday I brought it back.
Right. For the big day.
Yeah,
I
for the
mean,
big stuff.
Yeah.
right. I thought the casino was great.
Yeah, you loved it.
Are,
Yeah.
what do you like to do in the casino? What's your favorite game?
I play Hold'em.
Oh, do you? Okay, Texas Hold'em. I'm with you on that one. I mean, if I'm going to play anything, I don't dig the slots at all, but
Nope.
definitely Hold'em for sure.
Well, like I explained it to Chase, I said, if I go to a casino, I don't want to play the game where the casino has the edge, so I
Yep.
play idiots.
Drunk idiots. You should add
That's really, I
Yeah,
drunken
mean,
9 times out
idiots.
of 10.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'd rather play against other players than the casino
Yes.
because they don't build those casinos by paying people.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So
I gotta say,
just
an interesting layout. I love the fact that we had a beautiful room to play in. It was just awesome the way it was set up. But the hike back and forth, what was it, like a half mile one way, something like that?
It's
was
a
it.
long way.
It was a hike, but if they didn't have those people movers, that would have been miserable.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly right.
The one thing I would say about the venue that I did not agree with is the way they had the food court
Yes,
inside the casino, where, like, if you weren't 21, you couldn't even get back there to the food court.
correct.
So I think that's kind of poorly designed. And for an event like that, the kids need to eat too,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So they had to have somebody go get food for them and stuff. So I think there could have been something done with that. But overall, it was a good experience.
Well,
They
even
sold food in the room.
just to leave the room to use the restroom, they
Oh,
had to
yeah.
have
Did
an
you hear
escort.
that?
You're what?
Wait, what?
Anybody under the age of, what was it, 18?
Yeah.
had to have an escort just to leave the foosball room. They didn't want him like just leaving to go to the bathroom and coming back.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So, but I
was a
mean,
thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I didn't take anybody that was 18 years old with me. So,
Well, like if I
would
would have taken my kids to that event, like I would have been miserable.
well, you'd have
I
had
would
to
have been
follow.
angry.
Would have been
Right.
challenging for sure.
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
And speaking of younger players, I mean, there were some amazing performances. Junior doubles was killer. Jaden Luaris just tore it up, man.
What
I
is
mean,
that kid's name?
Yeah, are you talking about the kid we were watching, Chase?
Dude.
There was a young kid, and I don't know his name, but I think he's from St. Louis.
K Grizzle.
Kelton.
It very well may be.
Kelton Grizzle.
He was on a table, like warming up or practicing whatever he was doing, and he was absolutely crushing longs out of the back with his 2-bar.
Like super deep, just
And
coast to coast.
The rod is at the same height as his shoulder.
Yeah.
It really caught my attention, and I just sat there and watched him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It really is.
Kelton and his sister, Cora, made it to the finals of junior doubles, and it was a battle. I mean, it was a really, really good. I got a chance to watch, and wow, Kelton is he's gonna be a monster very, very soon. He's
real soon.
He's 13.
Very soon.
He's 13, and he's he's playing at that level.
2 years, he's going to be untouchable.
No question about
He's
it.
going to be sick.
Well, I just hope he keeps the same humility that he has now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he was. I mean, we were saying nice things to him when he was on the table. We're like, do it again, and he's just like looking at us like, okay.
And he just gave like this little wry smile. It wasn't cocky. It wasn't anything like that. So kudos to his parents.
Oh yeah,
and to him.
Yeah.
For keeping him humble and understanding that. No matter how good you are at something, there's always somebody better.
Right. Yep. It's
doesn't matter what you do.
They play at Crane's Clubhouse in St. Louis, and they have this great bunch of people there. Of course, Jessica Sanfelban and Paul Smith are part of that crew, and clearly
eventually
are bringing those guys up.
Eventually, somebody's going to say her name right.
I know. I've actually apologized to her. I think maybe 5 times now for mispronouncing her name. So
yeah, what is it, Steflaben?
No, it's Santflaben.
Santflaben.
I was close.
That's my understanding.
You're correct.
You could be wrong too.
No, I could very well as well, but
I have no excuse.
I've never heard anybody's name get butchered as badly as hers. God love her. She's the sweetest thing on earth.
She is the best. She really is.
She's very, very nice and very, but it's just funny because she just knows. She just rolls with it. She's like, yeah, whatever.
I can't hear her talk.
Literally.
You can't hear her. Oh, that's right. We have that conversation, and you're like, "What? What did you just say?"
I cannot hear her.
Something about the frequency of her voice.
Weirdest thing I've ever seen. We were at the concession area, like getting food, and her and Sean are talking, and I'm just like,
he's asking.
I'm asking Sean to tell me what she said. I've never had a person that I cannot like audibly hear them. Like if she turns and talks right at me and I can like look at her lips while she's speaking, I can understand what she's saying. Other than that, I have no clue.
Ooh.
It's really
I still
funny.
don't. It's kind of hilarious.
Can you imagine if you were married to Jessica and that were the case? I mean,
sounds like he found his perfect wife.
I think so. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Of course. Of course.
Yes. The smile and nod. That thing gets you.
Just smile and nod all day.
You can't do that. That'll get you in so much trouble. So much trouble.
Don't get me started here. Oh man. So what's up with Worlds for you guys? Are you both going to be there?
Yep.
That's the plan.
Nice.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Pro doubles?
Yep.
That's
Open
the plan.
Pro.
That's the plan. Defending champs. I mean,
that's the idea. We'll see.
No, we haven't won any Worlds.
Well, I'm still going to say, it's on the tour. You're now, defending a title. You've got to see if you can double it up, do it again.
Yeah, next time I'm going to not hope that Stelly and Isabel win that semifinals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good. Like, man, it's really I will honestly say this, there were times in that match where I found myself watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know that sounds really stupid, but I found myself being an observer, and I had to like kind of snap myself out of it,
Oh, sure.
and because Sullivan hit some shots
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
that I did not think were there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I can think of 3 middles off the top of my head, and that's not without even like remembering the match much. There were 3 middles. I'm just like, nope, I don't know. I didn't think that was possible from that position.
Yeah, it was incredible, absolutely incredible, and then they're nice on top of that, which makes it even worse
Well,
because like
of course.
you're like, I really want to hate these people, but you can't.
No. And that was like even all the calls that we're like, oh, was that a jar? Was this or this? Like everybody was super cool about everything.
Yeah.
And I will say that thanks to Miriam, because she
Yeah.
didn't have to do what she did. When we had a question to call, she would come down, watch the video, and she'd make the call.
Yep.
And kudos to her because it's a thankless position. 2, she didn't have a dog in the fight, right? Which kind of made it even better, I guess. But
Oh, sure.
the fact that she was willing to do that for the betterment of the sport and the game, says something about it. She's, again, her and Callum both are just great people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they do a lot for their scene. They do a lot for foosball. I'm curious what you guys think about for the future when it comes to the instant replay. Is that going to help enhance the sport?
Okay. I think the instant replay is going to get abused to get free time.
It
Okay.
has been. It has been abused in the past, without question.
And I think if they figure out some way to keep it from being abused, it's a great idea.
Okay.
I think it should be more that if there's a ref at the table, they decide when they go to the instant replay and not the players.
Right. Understood.
Because I think there has to be some semblance of order with it.
Oh, yeah. Well, isn't that the official's duty? I mean, it's their job, right? I mean, if a player argues to the point where, okay, let's settle this thing. Let me take a look at the film, and then finally settle it. But I mean, in professional sports of other kinds, I mean, it's reviewed by the officials, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
you can challenge in football.
Yeah.
Okay.
But keep this in mind too, right? In football, the challenges are called down from the booth because somebody has already reviewed it. You follow what I'm saying? So it's not hey, they watch it, and if it's nothing there, they don't call for a review. They have people in the booth. That's their job, is to rewatch all these clips and snippets,
right?
And say, okay, this is the one we need to challenge because it's clear and obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And then they call down to the coach, and he throws the flag, right? You're never going to really have that in foosball.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that argument is kind of out the window for me. I liken it more to a volleyball instant replay to see if a ball, or tennis to see if a ball was inbounds or out of bounds.
Okay.
I think that kind of simulates or resonates a little more with that.
Well, there was a conversation about if you want to go to a booth review, it would cost you a timeout.
But if you want the review, then you get your timeout back, and vice versa, which that makes sense because then you only get 2 challenges, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but if it's a tight, and the argument was like, I get it. Like if it's going to go and you're going to do this a lot, just get a dang ref and let's call this a day.
Oh, well, of course.
But here's the question with the timeout situation, right? Let's say you've burned both your timeouts, and then you have a very questionable call. Are you able to then challenge, or are you not able to then challenge? Because then the other team can actually use that against you.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Good question.
There's too many unanswered issues.
Yeah. So much gamesmanship that can be taken advantage of.
Okay. Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right.
So, I think at the end of the day, get a ref.
Yeah. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Well, to me, to have more technology at our fingertips that actually does what it's supposed to do, makes the game more compelling, makes the game more understandable, and slows it down enough for the general public who might be just interested to see how this game is played. I think
what they need to do is do like hockey did.
Mm-hmm.
hockey had like the blue tracer for the puck, right?
Right.
It's a small object in a large field, and it's moving so quickly. It's hard to watch hockey on TV because you can't follow
Correct.
the puck, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with foosball. You're hitting a ball 35, 38 mile an hour over 8 inches. It's very difficult to see that, especially to somebody that has an untrained eye that doesn't play.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
until we address the fact of somebody that doesn't play being able to see it and follow it, that's the hurdle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that is a huge challenge because, and we get into this all the time. We talk. It's like we're beating this dead horse. That the way to grow the sport obviously is to get more people who are not foosball players to get into it. You know, to be
Mhm.
fans.
Two-ball
Um,
rollerball.
yeah, right.
Two-ball rollerball.
Two-ball rollerball. But
Man,
you know,
I love
we
football.
have to we're going prime time. I have a feeling. I just have this innate feeling that, you know, because of what's happening with Ryan and the World Foosball Tour, what they're doing and how they're making it more presentable, and they've got a lot of sponsors now that want to get on board. That, hey, ESPN is not beyond the pale. It's not beyond the possibility of what you guys could be doing. Let's say in your next pro doubles match, your finals. Wouldn't that be
I will
cool?
say
So, did you
I'm very
hear the announcement?
about the Ocho 8,
Yeah.
ESPN Ocho, or
The
yeah,
announcement.
So, Worlds, we have a
Or
demo
2025,
that's been built.
2025
The
World.
2025 Worlds is going to be recorded.
Okay.
It is
No,
going to be set up, edited, and presented to ESPN.
Cool.
my
Nice.
understanding is ESPN already agreed and they're airing it.
Oh,
And they already have the stuff, and that 2026 Worlds is going to be filmed for air in 2027 on
wow.
ESPN, which is
That's
really cool. I mean,
that is
and I'll
awesome.
tell you, Ryan has put what I feel like his heart and soul into this, and if it's a labor of love, whatever the case may be, I think he really is kind of taking it to heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's well needed.
Oh yeah.
100%.
You know, he's done a great job. So
Well, now we got the look. You know, we have the branding, the look, rock solid. It's great. You know,
yeah, agreed.
I love the
Now we just got to.
t-shirts, by the way, which I'm like, my wife goes, "Oh, that's really nice. Where'd you get that?" You know, like, well, this is what they're doing now. They're branding everything, and it's great. But that's the first step to becoming, you know, prime time. You have to have the look before the bigs, you know, they take you seriously.
Well, you
And
have to have the look one, and you have to do something to diminish the stereotype.
right, right.
Okay, and the way to do that is with professionalism and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Until you can get both of those kind of nailed down, then you're kind of fighting a losing battle. You know, it's just like anything else. I mean, anything that's kind of considered a quote unquote bar game
Yep.
has certain obstacles and hurdles that it has to overcome to become, I don't want to say publicized necessarily, but looked at on a national scale as a sport or
Yeah.
as a game.
And consumable.
Correct.
Right. You know, we've seen it all, right? It's now not uncommon to see the finals of the world champion cornhole event.
Dude, I
Or
gotta be honest, I'm totally against cornhole people wearing jerseys. Just saying. I think, okay, if you don't sweat while you play, you don't get a damn jersey.
there you go.
Just saying. Just saying.
Table one was the surface of the sun, so
Right.
You
Oh,
are not.
man.
I think I got caught on stream asking them, like, I think it was Callum. I was like, dude, is it just me or is it 4,000 degrees under this light?
Right.
Is it, I mean, you know, and I'm not a skinny little guy, right? So,
It's hot.
oh, it was definitely, it
it
was
was
warm.
cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Now, do you guys remember the Vegas tournament? Not this year, but the year before at the Westgate, the same year that they had the dart championship across the hallway. It
Nope.
No,
was,
but that's awesome.
oh my
I
goodness.
wasn't playing.
Oh, well,
I-
here's the thing. They had a big sign right in front of the entrance to the dart tournament, and it listed all these things you're not allowed to bring into the hall, right? Into the arena, including guns, by the way. And if you need to remind your players they can't bring a gun into the venue,
Yeah, but Yeah, but then you have the argument, right? Like when my kids leave the house, every time they leave the house, I tell them the same thing: don't do anything stupid.
Right?
And they're like, why do you tell us that every time? I said, well, because the one time I don't, and you do something stupid, then I'm going to blame myself for not telling you not do anything stupid.
There you go. Okay.
So you have, and then with my real job, I run a court reporting firm,
Oh,
and
okay.
so I know how litigious people are, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have to cover your bases, right? So
Understood.
the fact that that's on there, I think it's honestly just for liability reasons.
Well, and then they probably knew that Randy Raposo was across the hall and wanted to make sure
Hey,
that
he
he.
only carries knives. He only carries knives.
Oh, no, no, no. I beg
True.
to differ. I beg to differ.
I love
Just
Randy.
saying. And
Me too.
by the way, Randy,
Randy's one of my
we
favorites.
miss you, dude. We miss you. We hope that you're
Hope he's
healing
feeling
quickly.
better.
He's
Yeah.
he had to have that
Yeah, man.
He's got the new puppy. He's got the new
Yes,
puppy.
got a new dog.
That's right. And
So
dude, it's like comes in threes, right? So Randy gets hurt, gets a puppy, Folsom gets hurt. It's like,
yeah. Oh man.
golly,
It's been a rough year for the both of them, but
it really has.
yeah, but hopefully everybody will be healed and ready to go by Worlds, and we'll see them. See
That's a
them.
Well,
team I want to see.
Yeah.
that's
That's a
that's
team I want.
that's not a team I want to see.
I didn't say on our side of the
Okay,
bracket.
let's take a little side bet. If they're back in the full peak of health by Worlds,
They will
what do
not
you want to
be.
tell them? You can tell them anything you want right now. What do you want to say to Randy and Chris? What would you
I
say?
love you. I hope you're not there.
I,
And if you are there, you're spectating.
and I hope you root for us.
Yeah, same.
Ooh,
But
ooh,
and vice versa. If we don't make it out and they do, I'm 100% rooting for them.
Yeah, I love that.
nice.
You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I love all those people. And Chris, let me tell you, he's one of the funniest
Oh
dudes.
my gosh,
Oh
dude.
my
I
gosh,
did meet him once.
that
Yeah,
Him.
yeah,
oh my God,
Oh, and
yeah.
Kenny
love
K.
it. Him
Oh,
and him and Kenny together is like Amos and Andy. I'm telling you,
dude, it's
It's-
bad. It's
Sean,
oh,
so funny.
Sean, the fact that you know who Amos and Andy is, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by that.
oh man, let's not dwell on that. let's just let's just move along. I know I'm old. Thanks. You know, um,
So I'm curious.
you know,
No, you guys obviously walk away with the big prize, but what happens to your points? How far are you guys from Master? Chase, what about you?
That's a good question. I'm far enough away; it's not going to affect me yet.
Okay,
What was I? It was like 43, 4,400, something like
okay.
that.
something like
Before
that.
that, so I'm expecting 100 and change, something like that would be my
Mm,
guess in
okay.
points. So that shouldn't kill me. Sean's just far enough away that it shouldn't bump him over.
I think I'm
Um,
somewhere like 4750 or something
Okay,
like that.
yeah,
okay.
But with that being said, like with the singles, I was the number one seed, so I don't think I'm gonna get
Ah,
extra bonus points.
right.
you'll
You
get the
know,
bonus points, but you won't get seed points. You'll get
yeah,
a
that
couple, but not very much.
Mm,
Yeah.
right. So,
okay.
I'm hoping that it stays relatively stagnant, at least for another year or so.
I mean,
You know,
um, being of course, stepping up to that level of master, it's good and it's bad. It looks good on paper, but then
so
suddenly to
let
win
me
an
tell you,
event.
Bruce Nardosi, God love him,
Hmm.
has been telling me for quite some time that I needed to be the worst master.
Really?
He's that
Okay.
I don't know how well you know Bruce. Bruce is
He's
he is a hilarious dude, but he's very dry.
Very dry.
Uh, yeah, yeah, and he's like, Sean, you just need to go ahead and be the worst master. I'm like, come on, Bruce. You know, so it's just he's a trip. So I get that. So like you move up to master, and then now you've got to be and I will say this: I have enough faith in myself that I know if I play my best, I can absolutely compete. I'm not saying that I'm going to like, win all this stuff, but
Mm,
I definitely feel confident enough that I can compete. We'll just say that.
okay.
You know, um, because my claim to shame with Tony, don't get mad at me, Tony, was in North Carolina State. This has been, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. He came down and I played open mix with a lady here named Michelle Bird, Holbrook Barrier Reef. I don't, So, but we were the only team, and he was playing with Faye
Mm-hmm.
in
Remember
open
Faye?
mix, and we were the only team that put him in the losers. We were the only team that beat him a game, and we put him in the losers bracket
Oh,
of open mix, and then he came back and just double dipped us like we weren't there.
right.
But the fact of the matter was, we did put him in the losers bracket, and we won king seed right before we got our butts kicked.
Mm,
And it was like, it just says, you're there, but are you consistently there, right?
right.
So,
Right.
it's again those ebbs and flows, right? Because I play like once or twice a month. That's
You play
kind of what I
once or
do.
twice a month? That's it?
Right. Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do like some 5-bar passes when I let my dogs out. That's
Okay.
kind of about it. But I've never been one to really practice. I've always been one that learns more by actually playing.
Mm.
And practice itself is like my ADD does not let me just sit on a table and do that because I get bored after about 3 passes. Um, and I'll wholly admit that, but I can go and play with somebody. If somebody came to the house, we could play for 10 hours and I'd love every minute of it.
Yep.
But I can't just sit on a table and practice.
Okay.
Everybody around here thought I was practicing until they came over to the house and had to clean the table so we could play.
Oh, no.
But well, it's rough.
I've heard that about Billy, too. He doesn't like to practice.
Billy is just, he's got
You
more
don't have
talent.
to.
He's got more talent in his key
Yeah.
than,
Yeah.
oh man. I remember when I first started playing, watching Billy in Kentucky, doing things with a 2-bar that I would have sworn were not possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think I was an expert at the time, or whatever it was, semi-pro expert. I don't know what the ranking was called then, but he's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, at his peak, he probably could have beaten anyone, and which he did.
He did.
And he
So,
did.
yeah.
Like, one of my favorite matches, I've probably watched it 20 times, was him and Federico.
Oh, yes.
That's a great match.
Was it like 2002, 2003 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it was the juxtaposition throughout that match was incredible.
Yeah.
Now
that we're on the topic of Frederico, what do you think of Jeff Rico? Anybody watch Jeff Rico?
Funnest matches I watched was him versus Brady Wyrowski.
It went like 16-14 or something. That was a fun match.
That was awesome.
Crazy.
And they're both great players, right? And I think Jeff Rico. I do air quotes because I know it's not really his name, right?
Right.
So I think once he gets a little more experience, as far as he really seemed to value the possessions and take his time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a few little things like defensively, when I was watching that I probably would have chosen a different decision,
Yeah.
But once he kind of really wraps his head around all that kind of stuff, he's going to be hard to beat.
Boy. He gave Sprademan, a pretty good drubbing, 3-0.
But I wonder how much of that was complacency.
On Tony's part?
Yes.
Okay.
And nothing against Tony. I just think, what happens is you go in and you have this expectation, and then you let off the gas a little bit, and then crap, now you're down 4-2, and you know what I mean? So it's you're playing from an uphill perspective.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
So psychologically, that could be a real handicap in that regard.
I think so, because I think if Tony goes in and goes, okay, this dude's no joke, I'm going to just absolutely pound this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a different outcome.
Yeah. Well, we see that all the time. I mean, he's taking apart everybody. I'm just wondering. I actually played against Jeff Rico in an early round of rookie doubles. I'm thinking, rookie doubles. Okay.
Yep.
Now herein lies the problem, because he plays like a high expert, low pro. What's going on with that?
It's the same thing. The international players. I respect the fact that most of them, they come over and they have free entry.
Mm-hmm.
but they're never, very seldom are they in our databases, right? As far as points are concerned.
Yep.
Stephen Burkholder was the same way.
Yep.
He comes over and just destroys everybody.
Yep.
And over there he's highly ranked, highly respected player, and he's got a solid game. So when you come over here and you're not in the books, it's like me going in, and I'm not saying I'm at that level by any means, but what I'm saying is, like, if I came in and showed my license, because my first name is not Sean,
Oh,
and showed my license and signed up as Michael Greene
and
with
there's
0 points
there's
as
a
an
Mike
800,
Greene.
as there is a Mike Greene, and I know him, he's a nice guy,
Yeah.
but you know signed up as an 800 point beginner, it just wouldn't be right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think there has to be some kind of way with this league stuff that includes, the foreign dignitaries, your
Somehow.
UK players,
Yeah.
German players, your Australian players, your Costa Rican players.
Yeah, they're
'Cause
dangerous.
Oh.
they are very dangerous. Joel is, man, what a fun player to watch.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
him and Brandon at North Carolina State played the open singles final against each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
was that was a lot of fun to watch that.
I mean,
You know,
what an amazing kind of thing when you think about, especially all the American players can't even hope to be in the finals of an open singles with those two players in
yeah,
the competition. It's like,
Yep.
I agree.
okay,
If you get to the finals, you've done something.
yeah,
Yeah.
no
You know,
question.
I mean, it's just, and that's really with any, honestly, that's with any event at any tournament. You've had to take your lumps. You know what I
Mm,
mean? You've fought through, you've grinded through spots that, could have gone either way. And there has to be some luck involved at some point. Um, where you get a break here, you might get they might drop a pass,
yep.
or, whatever the case may be. There's some degree of luck, but you have to be able to take advantage of that luck.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, everyone is beatable given the right circumstances.
Agreed.
And we've
Oh
seen
yeah.
that, right? So you can
Yeah.
never assume, especially when you got somebody who's an unknown like a Jeff Rico to step up to the table and just do his thing the way he knows how to do it, and nobody can adjust to him for some reason. So,
You know, well, uh, you know, I I think everybody adjusts differently.
hmm
You know, and I don't know why I do this, but, like, the way that when I'm playing a match, my first game when I'm playing somebody, especially if it's a 3 out of 5, my first game is kind of feeling stuff out.
right,
I'm not expecting anything. I'm literally I'm putting my men in positions to make them execute, to see what they execute the best. And then the rest of the match, I'm taking all that away.
got it. Oh yeah.
And that's why a lot of times, even in the singles matches, I'd lose the first game and then come back and win.
hmm
But
hmm
it's constant adjustments. And I don't always make the right ones, as anybody can say, but I I like to think I try to play from a position of intelligence instead of just raw talent.
Right. Well, I mean, everybody has certain things that they have a tendency to do. Certain things they have that are their go-to shots, their favorite things. And if you're observant enough, you can see those things in that first, like you say, the first game, and then start
Yeah,
taking it away. That's brilliant.
that's exactly right. Well, yeah, I don't know about brilliant, but it's what I do.
But you got to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah. It normally costs me a game, but if I
Yeah.
don't know the player, I'd rather get the blocks late
Mm-hmm.
than to happenstance onto blocks early.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just, yeah. I
Yeah.
might be fully retarded for doing that. It
No,
just
no,
is what it is.
I've seen it happen. In fact, our master Kevin Walker, he's talked about it many times that he'll use that first game just for information.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Kevin, man, that's another guy.
That's a cannon.
It's
Jesus,
crazy.
that dude, he's incredible,
He's also
and he's a
healing.
hell of an artist.
Yeah, he's also
He's a hell-
healing right now. He broke his thumb
Oh.
on his right hand.
So he
Oh
can't.
no.
So is he not painting or anything now? Or
Oh,
is he?
yeah, for now. How
Man,
long it
wow,
takes to heal a broken thumb, I have no idea. Don't know,
I
what's up with that, but
never
it's
broke my thumb.
yeah.
Me neither.
He did it mountain biking, and Kevin does everything. He just he's just a multi-talented individual, but his painting just stellar.
Good stuff.
He's gotten
I
good
agree.
very quickly. But yeah, he's been back on the tour a bit. Played with Gummison at the TKO.
I watched him at TKO playing forward shootout. I think he was playing Balcos.
Yes.
Um, that was fun to watch. I mean, his Kevin's accuracy. Not only does he hit it hard, he's super, super accurate with the holes he picks.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to fully be committed to whatever hole you're blocking with him.
Yeah.
Fully, and that's hard to do.
He will read it. He
Oh yeah.
It's just his reading ability is incredible, and he does it in the blink of an eye. That's the other thing. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I had you. I was out in your 3/4 out there, and then I just came off a little bit, and you hit me. So
There's something to be said for reactionary shooting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like Chase and I have had a lot of conversations about how I actually read defenses, which
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it's very different than a lot of people, but I don't even know how to explain it. I don't go in set looking for a particular shot or hole.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know how, I really don't. I don't know where I'm going till I'm gone.
Okay.
Till
Interesting.
it just sees it and registers and it goes. I don't even think about, oh, I'm waiting for the pull side to open. I
Is
don't
that
think like that at all.
is that because you're so confident in the shot itself? Is that what it is?
Confidence probably not the right word. You know, maybe I'm just oblivious enough to think it'll work. You know, I don't really know how to explain this except for
Mm.
I try to shoot the holes when they begin to open, not
Okay.
when they're open.
Hmm.
So and because I want to shoot a hole that's growing instead of one that's getting smaller.
Well, there you go. Okay. So
Right.
there is that. So you're
Right.
looking at how the spaces are changing.
Very much so.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great information, by the way. And by the way, Chase, I was wondering any new videos coming out for foosball instruction? Are you doing anything like that soon?
Not recently, man. Like
No.
that's the thing, and I think you and I actually touched on this a while back. Is I'm really focused on my game right now,
Mm-hmm.
and even more so on like a game plan that like me and Sean have been working on for a while now. To me, like I've been wanting to hit that master status for a long time. I know it's going to take me at least another 2 years to do it.
Mm.
I don't think so.
Now maybe another one. I don't know, but maybe longer. I don't know. But that's really what I've been working on. I know my weaknesses. I know where they are. I know what needs to change for them. But like I really think that something that Sean and I have been working on can kind of push us over that ledge. To be honest, so to me it's the only thing I'm focused on.
What I'd like to see, if I had my way, is the two of you talking about how to play as a team. Just a quick video, maybe 3-4 minutes. Like how do we?
We'd give away too much information, I think, if
Oh,
we
I
tried
see.
to do
That's
that.
the problem. Okay, never mind.
We could talk about what the discussions are like in timeouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say this, and Jason McCall and I are very much so similar to this as well. When we call timeout, when we walk away from the table, we are both normally thinking along the same lines,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I walk away from the table and look at Jason, for instance, I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to switch. He's like, I was thinking that too. You know what I mean? And so you have to find somebody that you can play with that thinks along the same lines of decisions, right? So that you're not arguing over what you think's best for the team.
Okay.
Because if you can both go in, and I use the word cohesive unit, if you can go in as a cohesive unit and agree that sometimes you might not always agree, but at least have similar ideals, right?
Got it.
Of what needs to be done to make that change, you're way better off. You know, and a lot of people I see take timeouts, and instead of them saying, "Hey, what do you see?" You know, like me, if I'm getting shut down and somebody's just bricking me, and it does happen. You know,
Mhm.
you know, it happens for sure. Especially people that sit real still. Anyway, and leave really big middles.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, you know, if I'm getting bricked, when I get pull out, I'm like, either look, we got two options. What are you seeing? Right? What do I need to be looking for? Or B, do you think it's the right time to switch to change the momentum and to make the goalie make an adjustment?
Gotcha.
So it's really boils down to just simple communication.
Yep.
You know,
Being on the same
I
page.
can't tell you how many times throughout the tournament we call a timeout or in between games, we take a step back and it's like, hey, what do you see? What are you seeing? And it's almost every single one, to be honest. Or what do you feel about this? Like, what do you? And
and
I'd
sometimes,
say,
and sometimes I just simply ask the question, "Hey, do you care if I do something stupid?"
yeah,
I am not kidding. That is
that
a question.
happens.
Okay.
Care if I do something stupid, you know, and it's because like I ask that because I need to know the headspace,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
I don't want to change momentum. I don't want to do something that's going to backfire, and then now, you know, it's
Them go like, why'd you do that?
right. I'm like, look, I told you I could do something stupid, you know, and I'm kind of known for that, doing stuff stupid, but it's
No,
okay.
the one in Nashville. So we played a tournament in Nashville before this tournament, and there was a ball. He called timeout on the 3, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do something real dumb." I'm like, "Please," and he's like, "I'm gonna shoot a rolling pull shot." I'm like,
I don't shoot one of those.
you don't
You
have a
don't.
rolling pull shot." I'm like, "Okay, do it, man. Let's see what happens." He calls timeout. He rolls that ball over, rolls it back, and strokes it. We both look at each other
Wow.
like, "What?"
Nice.
That was against Eddie Mubarak.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
think Eddie is
Eddie.
listening tonight, by the way. Hey, Eddie. What's up, dude?
What's up, Eddie? He'll remember that, I'm sure.
Yeah, you will.
You know, and I'll do like random, you know, scorpions just because. Like I don't know. I think it honestly I use it sometimes. Like if I feel like my head's getting too deep in a match, that I do it to
Mm.
kind of free myself back up.
Okay.
You know, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Don't get tight. Let's stay loose. You know what I mean? And remember to have fun.
Yep.
Of
That's the whole
course.
thing.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, so what is the philosophy generally when it comes to, especially on a 3 rod, if you're down a couple of points and you really need it? I mean, obviously you're not going to do any kind of trick shot or dink at that point. You're going to go for your
That's not true.
no.
That's not true. No.
That's not true.
Okay.
Listen, it's all open game. All right. So
Okay.
keeping in mind that I really don't pay that much of attention to the score.
Hmm.
I really don't. I don't look at the brackets normally in tournaments. I don't because it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to have to play who I'm going to have to play regardless of the fact.
Right.
So, and the same thing with the score. If I score, cool, and it adds a point, I'll find out when the game's over.
Hmm.
Right. And so, like, I don't put necessarily, I try to put equal weight on every ball. And I don't think some balls are worth more than other balls. Now, if we're up 3-2 in a game, and it's a feels like a tightly contested match,
Yep.
90% of the time I'm going to take time out just to kind of, you know, talk to Chase or talk to Jason and say, hey, what are you seeing? Because 4-2 versus 3-2 is a huge bonus,
Oh yeah.
right? Regardless of the fact you're going to have the ball, if you get to 4-2, you're going to have the ball twice on your 5 bar to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because they're going to, even if they score the next 2 points, you're still going to have those chances, you know, or
Right.
at least 3 times.
Right.
So, and I don't know what the statistics are, but I think it's somewhere around, if you get to 4-2, it's like a 70% chance that you'll win the game.
Interesting. So it's psychologically, it's an advantage, no question.
That
Oh, yeah.
it definitely is. And, you know, so with that, I don't really put more weight on the shot necessarily or that point, but I
Mm.
just try to make a better decision and not rush things on that point.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you've got 15 seconds anyway. How often do you
Yeah, but
go above 10 seconds when you set up?
never.
Never?
Yeah. We're a team nobody's calling the time on.
Ooh, okay.
I can honestly say I've been playing a little over, I don't guess, over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've ever had a time infraction called on me on any rod ever.
Okay.
Me neither.
Not that I can remember. You know, I don't, because I'm reactionary, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see it, I just release. I'm not like looking for a hole and waiting for a hole to open. So when I see that hole, I can just let it go and I don't have to worry about all that other crap.
Right. Yeah, that's an interesting philosophy. I've heard it a couple of different ways when it comes to the longer you wait on the 3-rod, the more nervous the defense tends to get, or they tend to do things
But
differently.
well, for me at least, the longer I sit on the 3-bar, the tighter my arm gets.
Oh, no kidding.
Right.
Okay.
So like, I mean, if I see it, it's I can just hit it. Like I don't think
Yep.
when I'm on the 3-bar, depending on who's blocking me. But like I feel like I have a bigger possibility of missed execution the longer I wait.
Yeah.
Now, Chase, he'd probably shoot 90% on 90% of people if he'd wait past 3.
Okay.
But it's just is what it is,
Yeah.
and it's like you get into your own, everybody has their own rhythm.
Of course. Yeah.
And I will change it up where, I'll shoot on one ball, I'll shoot on -1 on the next, and then I might wait 7 seconds.
Mm.
But, I'm very seldom ever anywhere close to 15.
Yeah.
God, I don't think many people are really. You don't see that too often. The super,
Well,
super long.
Depends on the person.
there are some people that play here locally that, 15, 18 is pretty much the same thing.
Is that more about setting up, or is it just sitting on the ball though?
I don't know, Eddie, what is it? God, I love Eddie, but I don't really know, and I think it's more indecision than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
That's kind of where my head is on it.
Mm.
They're having like an internal conflict of where they want to shoot, right? So, I think that's what happens with the time.
Should the rule change? Should it stay 15 seconds or make it 10 because nobody's going 15 anyway?
Well, honestly, I don't think it should change because I don't think you should change substantive rules
Mm-hmm.
at this point in the game, right? Um, I, I don't know. I think 15 seconds is a sufficient amount of time.
Okay.
I don't think it should necessarily be
Yeah.
changed or anything.
Hmm.
My only argument would be to have it the same across all rods, whatever that number is.
Right.
I think it's silly that it's different per rod.
10 on 5 row.
You can have 3 walls on this rod, but none on that rod. Like
Now,
that stuff to me is a little silly.
Now you're getting into something I'd argue about. The 2 to 5. I think you should get 3 walls total.
Yeah.
Okay.
It needs to be consistent.
Yeah.
Because the number, like I've just wanted to walk around the table and punch somebody in the face because they're going tick, 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 tick,
Brush.
tick, 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 and I'm like, all right, I've done it. I've lifted my 3 bars. So here, just pass it. I'm not chasing you anymore. I'm just not going to do it. And because my argument to that is not that it really irritates me, but it's not something that anybody's going to ever want to watch.
No.
Yeah.
If you're trying to grow the sport, you need action, right? People like seeing the haymakers from goal. They like seeing this, but when everything is just so mundane and methodical, it takes some of the excitement out of watching it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I respect the people that do it because, it's definitely a skill, but it's just not something that ESPN is going to be like, hey, did y'all see that guy? He hit 36 wall passes and then went wall. It just doesn't make sense in my head.
Correct.
As far as growing.
Yeah, that is another thing to think about because it is it's such a mind game. It's such a chess match for those who are top of the field. That chess match is not going to be apparent for the average viewer.
No, not even close.
Agreed. And the biggest difference between, and this is just again my opinion, and it could be so far off base. But I think the biggest difference between a high expert and a pro master is simply the decisions.
Yeah.
100%.
They have the passes, they have the shots, they have the skill, they have all the experience. It's just simply decisions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you're Brandon, because that dude's an alien.
Yeah.
That dude, the speed at which he sees the table,
Yes, so gross.
the speed at which he executes at such a high. Now he still makes mistakes. Don't get me wrong, we all do.
Oh,
But
sure.
the speed at which he changes his mind
Yeah.
and sees things
Yeah.
is on a different level, right? And my understanding is just everybody in Costa Rica plays that fast, so that's what you become
Exactly.
accustomed to.
Yeah.
And again, which is, like I said, you're a byproduct of the people that you learn to play against.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about Tommy Ure, because if you want to talk about just pure power, pure energy. And we've had, we're very fortunate here in upstate New York to see him up close and see what he does. But I mean, open doubles and singles.
Oh yeah,
at
dude's a
this tournament.
monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the thing I've noticed about Tommy is, and it's not okay. This will sound weird. It's not his skill. It's
Mhm.
not his ability to execute. What I see out of Tommy is his love for the fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No question. No
Okay.
question.
And that's what I think makes him really stand apart, right? There's so many people, Billy, Rob, all these other people that have the same level of skill.
Mm-hmm.
They have the same desires, they have all this, but just for some reason with Tommy, dude, you can see the fight and the love in his eyes of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he gets really,
So-
really, really passionate. The idea that if he's down, it helps him. It just
Yeah.
helps him.
Yeah, I get that because it makes you want to fight harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a monster. I mean, the way he catches the loose balls. I mean, things I've never seen anybody else do before. Just, that it's a stray ball and he's got it. If it's anywhere near his rod, he's
Yeah.
got it.
I get that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I get, it just kind of is what it is. Your brain or your mind is so trained on how to reel balls in.
Mm-hmm.
After tons and tons of playing, you kind of either get that or you don't. And I think it's not just a skill that you learn. You either have it or you don't.
Yep. Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
that's my take. It may be worth a half of a cent, not even 2 cents, but that's
Well,
that's what it is.
I have to say, outside of the main events, I got to say some of my favorite people got a chance to top the field, including Dave Gummison and Tracy McMillan, senior doubles. I mean,
Oh yeah.
wow, great
I was
performance.
there when they won open doubles
Mm-hmm.
at I think it was Worlds actually.
Okay.
Yep.
And man, I tell you, speaking of chemistry,
Yep.
Yeah.
okay, like I feel like they take timeouts and talk, but don't say any words.
Huh, that makes sense.
It's like they just look at each other and inherently know, like, yep, I agree. It's pretty incredible. And I did have a chance to talk with Tracy a little bit while I was there at Nationals, and he's like, these young kids, and we kind of had the same discussion of these young kids, and it's just becoming kind of a different game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's he's a super nice guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and Gummy, that wall pass, man,
Isn't it amazing?
Hezzy.
Yeah.
it's fancy.
Yeah.
I remember in Kentucky one year, I remember him hitting wall passes, and we took a quarter, okay,
Oh, yeah.
and we put a quarter between the bumper and the wall and held it against it, and he was going under it, like, just
Really?
no problem. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
At speed, like it wasn't like, let me see if I can do it. It was crispy.
Yes, this is it's and to see it there, I hate to say this advanced age, it gives us hope, that you can play at that
Yeah.
level at that age.
I agree. I watched a few of their matches. I actually watched, I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Brian Olsen and Callum.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that's who it was. And man, that was a hell of a match.
No doubt.
It was. It really was. I honestly, I don't even know who won the match, but I remember
Callum
watching
did.
Okay, and I remember watching the match and be like, man, this is high level. I mean, everything was very well executed, and if there's just very few mistakes made, and kudos to Brian Olsen. I wouldn't want to have to try to block Gummy.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah.
No thanks.
You know, yeah.
I was just reading the other day that that a pull shooter, a really good pull shooter like Dave Gumison, has so many more options than a rollover shooter. Would that be correct?
I think,
So,
yeah, I'll say this, then you can.
yeah. Go ahead.
I think it depends on the player.
Mm,
I mean, really, there's only so many options, period,
right.
that are available, no matter what shot you're shooting, okay? Whether it's a front pin, a rollover, a pull, or push, whatever, you have the same options because you have your middle, shorts, long, straight, dinks, and your off shots, right? Like into like pull shots. I like shooting a far wall scorpion out of a pull set,
Right.
but I can do that same thing out of a rollover. So I don't think that I think it's only limited by imagination.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm
He's not wrong.
okay.
My thing is I think a snake shot is faster to the hole in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like overall, right? We're talking generalities.
I agree.
I think a pull shot is more accurate. Like you can hit smaller holes. You can hit, specific things different ways than a rollover can. It's a lot easier to hit like the off-speed shots. Like if somebody gets you in a stand or in a reverse, right, and they're posting that 2-rod out there,
Yep.
you hit that little slider in between them type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot harder to do with a rollover. I'm not saying it can't be done.
Right.
I just think it's a lot easier to execute, a lot more accurate with a pull shot. So I think speed, firepower is the rollover. I think a little bit more accuracy with a pull shot.
Except for then you have to take into consideration there are shots you can do with a rollover that you can't do with a pull shot.
100%. Yeah, like
Okay.
cutbacks.
And like Clint Hill,
Yeah,
that dude. Listen, they played phenomenal.
they did.
And Clint he's a local player here, great player, great guy. And he shoots a rollover, but he can go both ways and cut it back from both directions.
Interesting.
And he does it, and he's very consistent with it. And so after I think the second or third one on
There's a
Chase,
second shot.
yeah, I was like, hey, dude, just so you know, he's doing that on purpose. I just wanted him to know, to be aware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should have told me 2 balls sooner.
You're probably not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
But the fact of the matter is, I think that both of them have their pros and cons, just like anything else. It's the same argument as a brush series and a stick series on the 5.
Right. Right.
They're just different options. There's Brian Jones, and I don't know if you've ever met Brian Jones.
I have not.
He's a player from North Carolina. He's got the talent level of like Billy.
Okay.
And he hasn't played in a while, but I could not tell you. He shot a pull and he also shot a rollover, and I don't know if either one was better than the other. Most people kind of live one way or the other, right? He was unbelievably dangerous no matter what he set the ball up as. And so, which begs the question, he would switch in matches and kind of switch back and forth. And I asked him one day, I was like, why do you switch? He goes, I don't know. Because it didn't really matter which one he was using,
But
so if you have both, right, why wouldn't you use the better of the options all the time?
you'd think. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Brian, I think he went to master really, really quickly. He
Okay.
he was dangerous.
Yeah.
And not to mention the most level head of anybody you'll ever see in your life. But
Always wore the best hats.
dude, love that kid. And he really did. He really did. But and he's just a nice guy, but I've played with him. I think he and I have never placed worse than third in any tournament he and I have ever played together.
Dang. Jeez.
And And it's really boils down to, I think, it's how calm he stays at all times.
Yep.
You
No
know,
emotion. Yes.
zero, zero emotion, and nothing affects him. You know, which I think, he competed. He was a very, very high level baseball player. Like very high level,
Oh,
and
okay.
so he's very accustomed to pressure, and that kind of stuff. But I think that has a lot to do with a lot of it. He's just, and the argument with a pull or a rollover, if you shoot either one of them well, you can be effective.
And
Yep.
dangerous.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Much so.
Here's a hypothetical. Foosball is going to newer heights where we're seeing a big increase in the amount of people showing up, even older players coming back. In 5 years, will there be another shot? Do you think there'll be another option? I mean, you have rollover pull, push kick, pull kick. I mean, will there be another option that might surface? Do you think Jeff Rico
I will,
might be onto something?
I will say this: if I don't ever see another push shot, I'll be okay.
I'd be thrilled. I'd be so happy. So happy. It's just
Well,
awkward to block because not enough people shoot them well.
Right. And we ran into like, and I'll give, well, one, obviously Sully's
Is
shot
nuts.
is ridiculous, but Bryce Woolridge was shooting a push series, like a tic tac rolling push series. It was something to behold.
It
mm,
was.
Not
It
only
was
was
gross.
he like really getting out there and hitting the longs well, but he was picking holes with it really well.
While he's on the roll
huh?
and shooting pull kicks out of it. He hit a pull kick that I was well past dead bar
Yeah.
and went around it. And
Yeah,
I'm just
he
like,
was incredible. Honestly, it's one of those like. So again, if somebody that has a really good push shot, because it's not shot or utilized as much, you don't get accustomed to blocking it, right?
Correct.
So your mentality is different, and it's easier. People are faster pushing away from you than you are pulling towards you.
Okay.
So somebody with a really good push shot is just that much harder to block.
Yeah,
So,
and I think the straight becomes much more dangerous as well in a push. They can see it so much
yeah,
more easily.
absolutely.
totally agree.
There was just kudos and a shout out to one of our teammates from the New York State Championship or the New York State team, Keith, who was my partner for amateur doubles. He played up front the entire time, and he's 12,
Oh,
and
jeez. Yeah.
he shoots a push, and he was
Oh,
scoring like
make him
crazy.
quit.
Yeah, make him shoot something else.
Make
Can you
him
shoot a
quit.
pull shot for me, please? Pull
Yeah.
shot, rollover, something.
Oh,
I just, there, God, we used to have a guy, Kevin Reese, that played locally that shot a push shot, and it was
mhm.
close-handed, and it was an absolute ripper.
Yeah.
And I used to hate having to play that guy. I did. I mean, it was just like, yeah, I was fully in no man's land half the time
Right.
because just the motion and seeing it. Because, well, and one of the reasons is when you're defending a pull shot, you can see the man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're defending a push shot, you can't see the man or the foot of the man.
Very true.
So it hides a lot of that takeoff as well. So there's arguments on both sides, right? So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it.
Are you familiar with the name Pulowski? Stan Pulowski?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And Stan, of
he was
course.
he was in the wheelchair, correct? Yeah,
Yes, correct.
yeah. Man, he had a
He
blistering
rips
push
it.
shot, too. Yeah,
I
no
mean,
kidding.
first of all, he's ripped. I mean, he goes to the gym every day,
Well,
and
shocker.
oh yeah, right. Go figure. But we've seen him so many times come to our local tournaments. He's been a little less present lately, but still. Last time I saw him, he was still hitting that shot, man, and it's just
Man,
so difficult to
Good
stop.
shot.
he shot it open-handed, if I recall.
Yes. Yep. Open-handed. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a ripper back in 04, 05 when I was actually playing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I used to really like watching him play.
Yeah, he's a really interesting character, and he raised a couple of really good players,
Yeah.
Sherwin and Luis, who are both
Okay.
just amazing players at a very young age. Sherwin especially, and he's the younger of the two, but he's just oh my God. In fact, he won. I'm trying to think now. This was at Worlds, won I believe it was rookies, if I'm not
Wow.
mistaken. But
Awesome.
That's a legit win.
Yep. And
Yeah, every win anymore is a legit win
Yeah,
because
no kidding.
Right.
it doesn't matter what tournament it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You really have the same player base.
Right.
And so and it doesn't matter if you're in Louisiana, Florida, wherever you are, you're gonna have the same tough competition.
Oh,
I mean,
no doubt.
I
Yeah.
don't discount any win anywhere.
Yeah. This is again encouraging to see these younger kids that are just they absorb it all so quickly and they become good really fast. And then of
Yeah.
course if they stick with it, they'll they become the future of the sport. With any
Yeah.
kind of luck.
And look at Jacob.
Yeah. Jacob Belkos, great example. He's
Yeah.
and a great guy, just a really good guy.
Oh, I love Jacob.
Totally agree. And Eric, his dad, is just
Oh
such a
yeah.
nice guy as well. And
Yep.
I spoke with Eric at TKO for a little while, and I congratulated him on not on Jacob's game, but on Jacob's demeanor.
Yep. His persona. Yep.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that speaks volumes.
Oh,
So I spoke to Jacob at Nationals because I actually asked him, like, hey man, how did you get into this? You know what I mean? Like, did your dad get you on the table? Like, what was it? Because I've got 3 boys that I would be interested in. Like, I'd love for them to play.
Sure.
They play a little bit, but that's, they're not really into it. They just come up and they'll play a little bit and then they head back downstairs. And Jacob's biggest thing was he's like, my dad just took me to a tournament and I loved it.
Huh.
I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm dragging out 3 monsters to a tournament somewhere.
And that means the same thing for his sister. She's also amazing. So
Agreed.
genetically speaking,
Oh,
just
yeah,
saying,
incredibly good.
But yeah. So what do you think? What does the World Foosball Tour need to do to step it up? Anything? First of all, Sean, what do you think?
That's really a loaded question. Okay.
It is. It is.
And let me preface this answer by saying I think the changes that have been made as of late are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get it. First off, you have to get it out of the bar and in the public eye, which Ryan is doing a fantastic job with.
Yep.
Okay. Secondly, there has to be, and this is just my opinion, there has to be a reason for people to want to move up in the ranks.
Yeah.
Okay. That is kind of a slippery slope, right? But when you can, what it's going to take, honestly, is publicity outside of foosball for foosball.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, you're 100% right on that stuff. I honestly personally think the rules need to be looked at and kind of restructured.
Okay.
The reason I say that is when a new player walks into any local tournament, and I'm not talking about like spinning stuff like that, but like 3 walls, and then you can't pass from this guy to that guy, or the ball can't be like the amount of learning the rules is so overwhelming for a new player that
good point.
It's hard to just get into it and understand the game at all. So
I get that.
I think the rules have to be simplified in some kind of way that makes it appealing for people to enjoy and want to play.
Right.
Do you think there should be a separate set of rules for, say, beginner and pros?
I think so.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Yep.
I'd be totally fine with that.
I think that's the only way for it to make sense.
I mean,
Otherwise,
possibly.
you simplify the rules, they're going to get abused.
Yeah and no. Like, and there's like a couple things, right? Like, the adjustment rule doesn't really need to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it for Bonzini, I get it for other tables, but Tornado, not a big thing, right? I think that, like, the 3 wall thing, I could make an argument that it doesn't need to be on the 5 bar at all, just because you only have 10 seconds. You're only going to be able to bounce it off the wall so many times in 10 seconds.
Okay, fair.
Right? Like, I can make the argument for it. I'm not saying those are what need to change, but we're trying to simplify the sport for the general people. And if you're going to be on ESPN going, well, he hit 3 walls again, and now it's the ball's turned, like, who cares?
Yeah, but you're going to be commentating, so you're not going to do that.
Right.
That's true.
And secondly, there has to be really hard and steadfast rules. There has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not this gray area.
There can't be any gray anywhere in the rules.
Yep.
You
I
know?
agree.
I mean, there is a lot of complexity when it comes to the finer points of the rules. You know, beginner night. You know, if you got a beginner night or a beginner table, you might just say to them, "Hey, listen, guys, there's just no spinning.
Yeah,
You know,
that's it.
So
just have fun."
when we used to have our weekly tournament, when the beginners came, they asked me what the rules were, and I said, "There's 2 rules. 1, no spinning. 2, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep. There you go.
Everything else you'll learn along the way."
Yep. And it's
You know,
simple as that. You know, if you get the ball in the hole, it goes in. You scored.
Yep.
That's it.
absolutely.
So, no matter what, I still remember back in the '70s when I was playing Bonzini on a regular basis. We had no idea whether we were following any rules or not. We were just playing and playing, you know, 5 nights a week sometimes. But it still was a hell of a good time. And
Oh
you
For
know,
sure.
Exactly.
Well, it's just like anything else. If you have 4 people that none of them know the rules and they're all just kind of doing whatever,
yep,
nobody knows that the rules are broken. So it's
exactly.
just, it takes all that pressure out of it. And it's like anything else, though. I mean, there has to be some form of structure.
Yep.
Otherwise, there's too much for interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to graduate from that beginners thing, just goofing around and having fun and whatever, if they want to graduate, they really want to get better at it. You know, then of course there'll be somebody right there to say, well, here's a couple little things to keep in mind, or a couple little things you might want to think about for the future when it comes to what really happens in a match. You know, when it comes to
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
more professional tournaments. But I got to say, guys, man, 2 hours has gone by so damn fast.
Really fast.
Wow.
Oh,
Uh,
Lord. I got shit to do.
well, don't let us keep you, you know. Um, but no, I got to say, Sean, it's great to to finally get you on the show, get you to sit down and pick your brain a bit because you have a really unique perspective, and I'm sure Chase can back me on this that we don't often get a chance to get a team together like you two to talk about your what happens on the table. To me, that's endlessly fascinating, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Well,
Sean's
no
a special
problem.
boy.
Anytime you need 2 idiots, we got
Done, done. Um,
you.
so, first of all, your next tournament will be Worlds. Would that be it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I
Outside
mean,
of locals.
we actually, we have a local tournament coming up next weekend in
Gotcha.
Charlotte.
Okay.
We do like a yearly steamer. We call it the Summer Slam.
The Summer Slam. Okay.
Summer, and it's not a huge tournament. It is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, it's 3
Um,
days.
it is.
I wish I'd
And
known how to put it on our tournament list.
well, you have to call Michelle McCall about that.
All
And
right.
yell
All
at
right. Okay.
um, I love her, but we've done it for the last, I think, 4 years, maybe
Been
5.
longer than that.
Has it been
Mm.
longer than that?
Yeah, because when I first moved here, it was the first term I saw you back at and I hadn't seen you in freaking 10+ years.
Yeah, that's true too. But yeah, it's a good little tournament. It's a lot of fun. It's you know I don't want to call it low rent tournament, but it's like low entry fees, 100% payback, and it's just a funsy SummerSlam little funsy tournament.
Cool.
So it's always a lot of fun. Yeah. So we got that coming up, and then Worlds.
Nice. Well, I have a feeling that we should probably find some time at Worlds to chill, just to sit down and maybe do an episode of Foosball Radio on the road, something like that.
Hey, sounds like a fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Chase, anything else you want to say to your partner before we go? I mean, this will be your last chance to really tell him how you feel.
I know what's coming. I know it's coming. Go ahead. Go ahead. The octave's getting ready to raise up a little bit. Look.
Nothing. Hey, I get to see you in a couple weeks. We're gonna be hanging out in Asheville. And I'll be texting you in like an hour.
Oh, you guys are playing in Nashville?
No. We're just going to hang out.
Oh, you're going to hang out. Oh, I was going to
Get the
say,
wives together.
give my regards to Mike Kelly.
No, not Nashville. Asheville.
Asheville. Oh, I was thinking.
Asheville.
Okay, I missed
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and
Yep.
just as an aside, England won 3-2.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they made the
Overtime?
comeback. No, it was not overtime.
Okay. Wow.
But
Very
it was a
cool.
good match. I enjoyed that one. Yeah.
Have you guys gone in person to any of the World Cup activity?
I have not, but one of the local, it's really funny, and he's an up and coming player. His name is Ado. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
he's from the Congo, and one of the most genuinely nice people you'll ever meet, and just a great guy. And so he's gone to all the Congo games.
Oh, cool.
And I talked to him after the first game because I called him to they finally, it was the first time they'd scored a point in World Cup history.
Jeez.
And
Wow.
so I called him to congratulate him. He's like, "I'm famous." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he sent me a video of a shot that missed the goal, and he reached out like this, and it hit him right dead square in the face.
Oh,
And,
ouch.
he's like, "It's okay, man. I'm famous." So I mean, that guy.
It's pretty great. I
It's
got to watch the clip.
video.
It's awesome.
It's a fantastic video. I mean, and so he always sends me the pictures. He's been to all the games, and I'm rooting for the Congo, which is really weird
Yeah.
because just is.
Well, this is back, God, I don't want to say in the early 80s, but they defined soccer as the second most physically demanding sport of all time. Second most.
Yes.
Most demanding sport, motocross.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
That's
I believe that for sure.
yeah, kudos to those guys and what they're doing, especially when they're playing in the heat, because well, it hasn't been terribly cooperative as far as weather goes. But
Yeah.
man, so when does the World Cup end? Is that at?
All I can tell you is it's after the last game.
Okay.
Okay. I honestly
Thanks.
I know that the cool thing is there's the German team is practicing here where I am in
Mhm.
Winston-Salem.
Oh wow.
And they're so there's three teams. I think it's Germany, Sweden, and one of the other teams is all practicing here locally.
Cool.
Which is really cool. I mean, I haven't gone and seen them, but the fact that they're here is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, the World Cup is a big deal, and my kids played soccer. One of my sons played at a very high level, and so it's fun to watch. And I
Yeah.
played growing up, but not at the level my son was at. But it's a lot of fun, and I wish they could figure out a way to make foosball more like it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. And
You know,
well, I mean, think about the European scene. One of the reasons that the European scene is so good when it comes to foosball is because of their heritage and their favorite sport, soccer or football. Sorry.
yeah, dude. I tell you what, in America, if we could figure out a table NASCAR,
Yeah.
actually, I think they actually have that. But anyways,
Table NASCAR.
We are not getting into that.
Oh, okay. We'll save that for for our next meeting for sure.
Yeah.
But regardless, Chase, any other things you want to ask your partner before we shut it down?
No, man, him and I talk like every day.
Okay, just saying.
All good.
Anything
All
you want to
good.
humiliate him over, anything like that. But no.
You can't. I already know I'm fat, dude. It's all good.
Oh,
We good.
no.
We good. I'm not going there today.
It's really hard to hurt feelings when the person doesn't have any,
Ooh, there you go. Well, guys,
Ain't wrong.
it's an absolute pleasure getting a chance to hang out with you both, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all at Worlds. And if there's any time you want to jump on, by all means, Sean, just let us know.
Will do, brother. I appreciate it.
Cool. And Chase, we'll be back together again very soon, and looking forward to. Looks like we may get a full report from Michael Stahl Jr. in New York City in the near future.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
Yes,
So
please.
we're looking at this next week. So fingers crossed. But I know he's having too much fun in Manhattan. So what can I tell you?
That's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, guys, happy 4th of July once again. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, and everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. If you tuned in on Twitch TV or YouTube, which we're now simulcasting on, thanks for tuning in. Drifter Radio, and I noticed we did have Eddie Mubarak at one point here chimed in, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for using the chat. And guys, we'll catch you next time. But stick around. Now we have the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat coming your way next. Time now for the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat, brought to you in part by FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience, and by Boise FoosWorks, high-fidelity refurbished foosballs. Professional foosball is a game of precision, a matter of accuracy, consistency. Boise FoosWorks presents the high-fidelity refurbished foosball. Meeting the highest tornado ball standards, high-fidelity foosballs are soft, quiet, with a true roll, and good durability. Exchange your balls for the high-fidelity foosball at the best price with a money-back guarantee. Contact Mike Veit on Facebook Messenger or look for him at your next tour stop. Boise FoosWorks, saving the planet one ball at a time. Since 2019, FoosGadgets has used innovative ideas to build foosball training tools and accessories. Their goal is to make your foosball practice more fun and effective.
Hey Foosers, the FoosGadget Speed Bridge is a great tool for all of you practiceaholics out there like I am.
From the FoosGadget Speed Bridge to the Tornado Gold Guard to the Gold Guard Plus, visit the site for a great selection and pricing. FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience. Foosball tournaments are everywhere. FoosTalk Live proudly presents a weekly update of events near you with the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. Here's what's up. Here comes the 2026 Mississippi State Foosball Championships, July 23rd through the 26th at Holiday Inn Pearl, Mississippi. The 2026 Ohio State Championships, July 30th through August 2nd. The competition comes to a new hotel, the Ohio Airport Marriott, Columbus, Ohio. East Coast Foosball presents the Duval Foosball Foosball Tournament, August 7th through the 9th at the Dart Bar, Jacksonville, Florida. Canada Foosball presents the 2026 Vancouver Island Foosball Championships, August 14th through the 16th, Courtenay Legion, Courtenay, British Columbia. 518 Foosball presents the World's Warm-Up Smashdown, Saturday, August 15th, Trick Shots Billiards and Wicked Eatery, Clifton Park, New York. The World Foosball Tour presents the 2026 World Foosball Championships, September 2nd through the 6th at the Hyatt Regency, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the 2026 Great Lakes Classic, now scheduled for October 15th through the 18th. We'll keep you posted on the details. The North Carolina State Championships, scheduled for November 26th through the 29th. More details soon to be released. It's the 20th Annual 2026 Louisiana State Championships, December 3rd through the 6th. Stay tuned for lots more details. Each week, we do our best to give you the most up-to-date listing of foosball tournaments near you. If you have an event you'd like to add, send us all the details at foosballradio@gmail.com. Tune in every week for the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. The FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat is brought to you in part by FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience, and by Boise FoosWorks, high-fidelity refurbished foosballs. FoosTalk Live is a product of Foosball Radio. With gratitude, we recognize our Foosball Radio Patreons. Our FoosTalk Live sponsor, original-leonhardt-usa.com. Tune in again next week for another episode of FoosTalk Live. In the meantime,
We'll see you foozin'.